Okay. This is my phone here, so I'm hoping that it's working. It says it is, so
Yeah, we can see you. It's working good.
Yeah, it
yeah.
is.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah. So I'm saying. So I guess we go ahead and get started, then, and got some kind of share what's been happening, and then we kind of get into some content here. Got about 4 or 5 things to kind of dive into, time permitting, of course. But yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of get started here, and anybody wants to go ahead and share as far as any wins and accomplishments or anything like that in your business, we can go ahead and get started there before we dive into the information.
Well, Bez and I have to reschedule. Um, we were going to do a pre-interview setup on Sunday, and I ended up with vertigo so bad I couldn't even sit up straight.
Ah,
And I had to call my mom, come up yesterday and take me to the doctor so I could get up and actually walk and not have to crawl down the hallway.
oh man.
So, but I'm just I'm just trying to do the finishing touches on the format of my book, and because I had them send me, I'm glad I had them send me a printed proof,
Uh-huh.
because the way it looked on the computer was not the way it came out on the book.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, so I'm having to run through a separate formatting system,
Uh-huh.
and I had to change out a few of the pictures and stuff. So I was hoping to have that done by the end of the weekend, but the vertigo was too bad, and I hadn't. Today's the first day I've been able to even look at a screen. So I'm hoping I can get that moving tonight and finish up the formatting and get it loaded, and then we'll try for one more proof, make sure everything looks good, and then start promoting and getting my, I've been writing scripts for my content, so I just need to get the videos done, which I could probably do this weekend.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
So it's moving along.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're gonna do a Facebook Live, launch, to promote her book. So um, on Side Hustle Stories. So
Uh-huh.
we're gonna.
Now, when are you going to be able to have like multiple copies, or you got to?
Um, if I get everything done within the next couple of days, um, then when I order the proof, it takes about 5 business days to get the proof back. And once I order the proof, get the proof back, if everything's good, then all I have to do is click a button. They run it through the review again. And then it usually takes about 24 hours for the review, and then they'll tell me it's ready and up and going.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
So
And is this something you're going to like have on Amazon or?
it'll be on Amazon. I'm also going to do a Kindle version.
Yeah.
The book's about 80 pages, 85 pages. I'm trying to get the cost down, because right now the cost is running $16, and that's just too much.
That's the cost?
That's the cost of purchasing the book, is $16. It's like $15.97 or something like that, and that's too much. I want to get the cost down to more around $10.
Uh, okay. Okay. When I hear cost, I think of your end. That's not the cost of your
No,
end. You,
no, that's not.
you mean retail price? Okay.
That's the retail price.
Okay.
So I want to try to get the retail price down to around $10. So I have to reconfigure a few things. I've been changing out some of the pictures for drawings, which will bring down the cost considerably. So I got to finish doing that a little more tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. 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 Cool. Cool. Well, good deal. Well, good deal.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Congrats. Congrats. Yeah, definitely what keep you posted then on that. Definitely.
I will. I will. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah. No.
And what we should probably do, Anna, is that when we're going to do that Facebook Live interview, is tell everybody so that Chris can get it out to everybody. Like, hey, hop on, support Anna. She launches her book in a Facebook Live event. So you do that for her, right, Chris?
I mean, what are you trying to? You trying to launch her book on your show?
Right. Give a little promo on it, and then so if we can give you a heads up ahead of time, maybe you can send an email or whatnot to the clan, and they can hop on and support Anna. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the key thing is all about context too, though.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're promoting it to an audience who will be likely to purchase the book.
Right.
So for me, I'm about to start running some Facebook ads. So I was going through your content, Chris, and I had a question in regards to Instagram. Like you said in one of the settings that in your 3 videos was to you unclicked Instagram. Is there a reason why we shouldn't use Instagram, or?
Well, yeah. Well, in that particular context there, neighbor, window loud over here. Yeah, it's because with Instagram cannot show videos longer than 60 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So,
all right.
So yeah, any video longer than 60 seconds, it won't. So that's why I said deselect all those videos are longer than 60 seconds.
Okay.
So if you got something shorter, like usually when I do Instagram, it's with an image ad. It's not with a video. Because people don't typically come to Instagram to watch videos, but they do come there to look at pictures and images. So I primarily would do that. But that's the reason why, is because 60 seconds is the limit for videos.
Yeah, I've seen people run short video ads on Instagram. So you're right. I forgot they had to be 60 seconds or less. Yeah. So if you want to do something on your own, 60 seconds or shorter, then go ahead and see what happens. Okay.
Well, the other possibility is you can run a lead page that'll run to a longer video.
Yeah.
And then you can also from that you can also collect email addresses and such. People clicking in and opting in.
Yes. No, that's a good idea. So, all right. So I'm gonna hopefully in the next 2 days launch maybe as early as tomorrow. We'll see. I'm gonna do some testing on some of these ads and see what works. So I'm finally taking the plunge on the ads.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's how it is. You have to put it out there and just test it.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
It won't be perfect, but hey, you know what? I just got to pull the trigger, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that's all marketing is. Just pulling the trigger and then tweaking from there. Whatever the data tells you, just tweak from there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Almost everybody I've listened to, they've all said, a lot of times you just have to get it going, and if you crash and burn, well, then you got to figure out your mistakes and change it up.
Yeah.
And they kind of segues into what I was going to kind of talk about, because I've noticed the conversation and engagement with a lot of people is that like one of the biggest mistakes people make with the marketing, especially marketing online, is not knowing numbers. You know, because at the end of the day, your numbers, you know, they're going to tell you what campaigns to kill and what campaigns to scale up.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I guess we go ahead and dive into this. And, I got like a lot of different things to share.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna try to do is start on my whiteboard, then I'm gonna somehow I'm trying to change this thing and get on my computer somehow, log in from my computer. But I can only log in one, so I have to log out of my phone once I try to get on my computer. But can y'all see the whiteboard behind me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool. All right, so let me see, get black here. Yeah, so a couple things to discuss is a couple of things to discuss, especially what I've noticed a lot of people, different things I've been doing lately is people don't understand how to let the numbers dictate, you know, your business. Basically, like setting goals, you know, and not just setting goals, but also, you know, how to set your goals and how to hit your goals. And it really starts, number one, with writing things down. So like for example, what is your monthly goal? I mean, you got go ahead and share with me what your monthly goal is as far as say in the next 90 days. What would you want your monthly goal to be in the next 90 days?
40,000 a month.
Okay, let's be realistic.
I am. I'm being realistic. I want 40,000 a month because you know what they're going to take out of taxes on that crap.
Now, I understand what you want, but I'm okay. All right, okay. Let's use that as an example then. I didn't say you wanted it, but I meant more of a realistic goal, and I'm gonna show you why in a minute. All right, 40,000 in 90 days. Okay, how are you gonna hit that in 90 days?
My thing is I need to learn the webinars so I can bring in qualified people and set things up with either my MLM or my coaching business or both.
Okay, but how are you going to hit that in 90 days?
Well, I need to set the stage for it and, you know, get qualified leads off of the webinars. And then it's just a matter of talking to people.
How many people?
How many people?
Mm-hmm.
Going through my MLM, all I need is 20 people at a diamond level who actually work the business.
Okay, let me ask you this. The reason I'm asking you this, and thank you for sharing too. I appreciate you coming out and sharing. It's because whenever we're setting goals, a lot of our goals are just wishes. They're not specific, they're not clear, and they're not realistic. How much are you earning right now per month?
About $2,000.
What, $2,000? So that's a huge jump up. That's like astronomical jump up.
Yes, but people have done it, and there's no reason why I can't do what they done.
I understand that. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but what I'm saying is that in my experience, I've been working around with billionaires. Your first goal should be a minimum to try to double what you're earning right now.
Right.
To go from $2,000 a month to $40,000 a month, and not being very clear on how you're going to do that. You know, what I was looking for was this. Like, if I set a goal Let me give you an example. So let's say I go with 10 grand a month. It's a little more realistic
Okay.
because there are not very many people earning 40 grand a month. I mean, just being honest with you, in network marketing, they're not. It's less than 1% are earning 40 grand a month in the whole industry. So 10 grand a month is always like a magic number. You hit 10 grand a month, you feel like you're free. So in order to hit 10 grand a month, number one, you should know, number one, okay, what am I selling? That should be the first thing. What am I selling? So I don't know. So give me some numbers on how you can hit 10 grand a month. Like, what are you selling? What's your product or service?
Okay. So if I'm looking just at the MLM, we are selling luxury designer items.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little over 200 people that have actually done that in 30 days. And those are the people that I'm getting the information from. So, you know, I don't expect to do it in 30 days merely because I don't have the resources that they had from the beginning. So I'm going to have to scale up. But, you know, I figured if they could do it, I could do it. I just, you know, may take me just a little bit longer because of my lack of resources right now, but that's going to change. Like I said, I need 20 people to become diamond consultants and actually work the business. And as long as they pay their monthly fees off of those 20 people, I can make $40,000 a month,
Right.
just in residual income.
Right. But what other numbers though? You say you need 20 people at Diamond. What does
Yes.
that pay? Because usually in network marketing, this is how the numbers work. Usually in network marketing, if you recruit 100 people in network marketing, 90% are going to quit within the first 90 days. That's
Right.
That's tried and true. 90% quit. So in the first 90 days, 90 quit. So if you get 100 people, that's only 10 people who might stick with the business 10 after 90 days. So with 10 people, allow you to hit your goal. Because you know, that's one thing I hate about network marketing is that when you go to all these opportunity meetings, they show you all the circles and you get to you know, it's a bunch of bull crap. Why? Because you get to is not realistic because people don't stick in the business. 90% of people quit within the first 90 days. And so it's a business full of attrition. It's constantly recruiting and it can be, you know, worrisome on you. So you have to be realistic with the numbers and say, okay, if I get 100 people in, the numbers say only 10 out of 100 is going to stick with the business past 90 days. So with 10 people, allow you to hit that goal. If not, then you might got to recruit 400 or 500 people. You understand what I'm saying? Because,
Yes.
So with 10 people, allow you to hit 40 grand a month?
No, not 10.
Okay. So
I would need 20 people at diamond level in order to hit that.
20 active people.
20 active people at diamond level to hit that.
Right. And what's the diamond level? I mean, how much are they paying and what does that pay?
Okay, so at the diamond level, it's $4,000 to buy into the diamond level. You get 3 emails. You also get paid commissions off of any sales that they make to infinity, not just to the second or third generation. You get it to infinity. And you get an instant sign-up bonus for diamonds. You get an instant sign-up bonus of $500. And then plus you get, at diamond level, you get 30% of their sales. And then you also, and they pay in $150 a month for their IA account, and you get 67% of that.
Okay. So the investment is $4,000 for each individual, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many people right now do you have invested in $4,000?
One.
And how long did it take you to get that one?
Actually, I got her almost right off the bat.
How long?
Now I have 11 others that are at the lower level. And because they're at the lowest level, they're at the affiliate level, I'm only making 10% commissions off of them.
Okay. So this is a lot of people then. I mean, you know, this is not a small investment. I was in a top tier network marketing, online network marketing company called Empower Network. And the invest all in there was over $5,100. And it sounded good on paper and all that, but unless to get someone to drop $5,000 was not very easy. It's easy to get someone to pay $50, $100. That's easy. But to get someone to drop $5,000 and get 20 people to drop $5,000, you know, when if it's not been happening beforehand, that's the only reason why I said try to target something a little more realistic at first. You know, because the problem is that when you set goals way too high, goals that realistically might not happen, you can set yourself up for disappointment. But if you set a quick goal, you know what? Let me first try to double my income in the next 30 days. You know, let me focus on doubling my income first, and then go from there. Then go $2,000 to $4,000, then from $4,000 to $8,000, then from $8,000 to 16. If you do it like that, then it's much more easier to say, you know, when you're looking at $40,000, you got to get 20 people investing $4,000. Only one person has done so thus far. It can be very challenging because a lot of goals can set you up to fail. Because if they're way too far out there, you don't hit that goal, come near it, and all these things have to fall. Like you got to do a webinar, you got to do all this. Well, those things are not even in place. It's things you have to do, and realistically, when you do a webinar, you can have 100 people register. Typically, only 20 to 30% show up for a webinar, and typically only 2% are going to buy on a webinar. See, these are numbers that people don't do, and that's what I'm talking about. Whenever you set a goal, you gotta write down numbers and understand how numbers work. Like a typical webinar. Well, get this. When you look at a webinar, typical webinar numbers, and this is all across the board. I don't care if you're $1 million guru or if you're just someone just starting, but typically with a webinar, and this is industry standard numbers. I actually heard these numbers again today from some guys earning $300,000 a month. But a typical webinar, say you're gonna do a webinar and your goal is to get 100 registers. Well, if you're gonna get 100 registers, and most likely it may take you anywhere from 500 to 750 leads to get 100 registers for the webinar. Because typically on average, 20% show up. So if you get 100 registrants, then only the numbers typically work, only 20 to 30% will show up for it. So let's say 25 people. That might be high. It all depends on your indoctrination sequence. Say 25 people show up for the webinar. And from there, only 1 to 2% will apply on the spot, or join on the spot. And typically people don't invest $4,000 on a webinar. They may do a smaller amount, but typically they don't on a webinar. They will on a phone call, they will on the intro session, but typically most people are not going to drop. There are people out there who can't sell, not selling $2,000 products on a webinar. They're selling a monthly. So typically, I'm just doing the numbers, but let's say 1%. You do good. You would do good to get one person to buy in at that $4,000 on the spot like that. So on a cold turkey, They haven't been indoctrinated by you. They have not been on the email list. You know, out there. Those typically are the numbers that you look at, because, like earlier, I was writing down today how to hit 100 grand, how to hit 100 grand a month. And see, this kind of stuff you want to do when you think of your income. That's how I was asking you how. Like I got another thing written out how. I say, this is how. See, what I do first thing, if I set a goal, if I set a goal at 15,000 this month, I'll ask myself, how can I do it? First, I say, what are my products and services? Well, I write down, you know, I can put coaching, one-on-one coaching. I got my prices there, you know, up to $1,000 a month, or full pay, anywhere from $7,500 for a single pay. Then I got group coaching. I write that down. You know, it could be anywhere from $200 a month, $200 to $500 a month. Or if you do a full pay, and say, put $2 grand. And then I write down, well, what else do I say? Well, I got done for you services. I do sales funnels, Facebook ads for people. Well, that could be anywhere from $2 grand a pop, you know, for a sales funnel or for Facebook ads. But what else did I do? Well, I added an online business opportunity. And that pays about anywhere from 80 to 90 bucks for referrals. So let's put $85 per sale. I said, what else do I have? Well, I have affiliate income online. I sell other people's stuff, and that might bring in an extra $500 a month. And so I write down all my income streams, and I can add a couple more. And then I say, okay, well, what do I have to do to earn $50,000 a month? Okay, well, I can say, okay, well, I might need one. This is one aspect. Then I'm gonna show you something else. I might say one coaching client and one full pay one-on-one coaching client. Then I ask myself, okay, well, how many intro sessions do I have to do based off of my numbers? So I'm not wishing, I'm not making this stuff up out the ether. I'm basing number off of my data. So I can go back and see, oh, how many free sessions have I done? If I do 5 of these, one person will join my one-on-one program. So that tells me it's going to be 1 out of 5. So I got to do at least 5 sessions to only get one one-on-one client. Then I may do the same thing here, okay? Do 3 or 4 of these. And I say, okay, 5 out of 20. You know, so done for you services, same thing. So I go through each one of these and I write down, okay, what do I need to offer and sell? Like this, I may say I may need to get 20 sales or 25 sales this month in the business opportunity. You know, you got the affiliate income, then you got the done for you services. Well, I may need 3 clients here. So, and if I add all this up, they may come up to 15,000. Then I say, okay, once that's done, then I have to say, okay, well, how many leads a month do I need? You know, if I'm going to say, if I do Facebook ads, well, how many leads a month? Well, I know what I'm selling. I know what I need to do. Then based off my number, well, I may need 1,000 leads a month. But how much is that going to run? Well, let's say $5 to $10. Let's say $5 a lead on Facebook. Then from there, okay, if I get 1,000 leads, I know how my numbers work. How many leads actually will opt into a free session? Because I got a funnel set up to filter people through these top 3. I got a separate funnel for this here, and this is a separate funnel for this stuff here. So I break down how many leads do I need? Okay, well, out of those leads, you know, how many would set up a call with me? And maybe 2 to 3%. So, which is like 20 to 30 people. So I get 20 to 30 calls a month, or free intro sessions a month. Out of those 20 to 30 calls a month, say 25, how many will convert? I base it off of that. So So I do my numbers that way, and so it may come out okay. Numbers may come out where I might invest 3,000 in ads, and get 12,000, make 15,000 in sales, and profit 12K. See, the key thing you want to know how many leads a month do I need? Out of those leads, how many folks will take the next step? All folks take the next same thing. Like if you're sending traffic to a website, okay, well, how much does my landing page convert? It's called your conversion rate. So, my lead capture pages convert anywhere from 40 to 60%. Industry standard is about 20%. So that means that 1,000 leads, you might have to send what? You send 5,000 people to your website, that's converting at what? 20%? Yeah. So if you send, I may got to say, if I convert around 50%, let's say 50%, I can send 2,000 people to my site. Meaning 2,000 people see my ads, they go to my lead capture page, 2,000, but only half of those people actually opt in to become a lead. So what I do is I reverse engineer my whole funnel to know my numbers. And once I know my numbers, it tells me how much can I invest in advertising. That's why Bez would know this, but like the opportunity I've been promoting through Facebook ads, I've been able to invest $130 a day just on that advertisement alone, $130 a day. Because why? My numbers tell me I can do that because I get a 2-to-1 return. And that's how I know that business can be very predictable. So if I want to earn $1,000 a week in that business, I invest $500 in Facebook ads. If I want to earn $2,000 a week in that business, I go invest $1,000 in Facebook ads. How do I know that? Because I've done the numbers, and I've allowed my numbers to tell me if I'm not as wishing and hoping. It's like I got the data to prove it, so I can scale up or I can scale down. If I don't want to spend money this month on ads, turn it off. If I say, okay, I want to go all out, I 10x it. But because I'm allowed the numbers, and that's what you have to do in your business. You have to know the numbers. You got to know the number of leads, the number of people that are going to show up to the webinar. Then at the webinar, your call to action. What are your conversion numbers? Then from there, are there any upsells? If there are upsells, cool. What's the percentage of people who upsell? If they join at the lower level, what's the percentage of people who are going to upsell to the higher level? I do the same thing in my business. When I offer my done for you services, when people get in my coaching program, I got done for you services. It's like an upsell. So same thing in my online business opportunity. They join that business opportunity, and my upsell is to get them into my coaching and marketing program. And so I had to base everything off of the numbers, and let the numbers tell me that instead of me saying, well, such and such is doing it, but I have no data myself. So that way I don't lose my shirt, and I always stay in profit. And I'm not playing the guessing game and hoping and wishing. I'm saying, okay, my income is predictable. Why? Because I know I got 5 or 6 different products or services, and I know how much they pay, and I know based on my numbers, my conversion rates. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any questions?
No, actually, you explained that really well. And I will be doing that tonight.
So you're saying that I wanted to get some of the industry standard ratios for the MLM because I sort of know my ratios for my main gig, because I've been doing it for so many years. And I'm going, or a long time ago, I had my own, and now I'm going back. So I know the ratios. I know what I need to do there. But for MLM, you're saying that, because that's one of the things I'm trying to do is recruit my first 3 ambassadors, right? Yeah. I want to go silver. So, which is basically the first step. I'm not going to try to, if I can do that, and what I'm trying to do is, because Chris, I have noticed the same thing. Retention is not something that MLMs are that very good at. No. And that's why they're always recruiting. Yeah. But I can hang out. And so I look at my own experience and say, hey, was it engaging? What can I do better? And so reverse engineering what they're doing, because to me, you know, if I can find 3 people, get them productive, and don't worry about recruiting past the 3, and help them be productive and they see success, then that to me is a win. And I'm okay with that. Then I start the recruiting somewhere near the end where I get these guys up and running. Because if not, I'll lose those 3. If I get 3 and then I go on to recruit 3 more and I don't spend time in developing these, they're gonna leave. You know. So
yeah, if they're not making money, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the downside about network marketing, is because the attrition rate is so high. Because if people knew the truth about it, if they know that it may take them, the average person should commit a minimum of a year to not worry about making money in network marketing. And first, learning skills, learning marketing, personal development. That's what they should be focused on. But unfortunately, if you go to opportunity meetings or you go to these webinars and you're seeing people drawing these circles on a whiteboard and telling you get 2 to get 2 to get 2 to get 2, and all of a sudden you're going to be rich in 90 days, that's all they think about and see. And once they get in and see that their friends and family don't want to have anything to do with it, once they see that you can go buy every solo ad on the planet and people are not going to join that business just because you bought a solo ad, then it takes skill set, it takes personal development, it takes time. You know, if people actually knew that before they joined, they wouldn't join, because most folks don't want to work. Everybody wants to get rich quick, but that's the problem. Network marketing, you know, the same thing, online opportunities, it's all the same thing. They're all presented as a get rich quick deal. And so that's why the attrition rate, 90% of people quit within the first 90 days. That's why, like the online company I was with, Empower Network, before, you know, they did events every 90 days. And the point was that if people were to attend events every 90 days, they would stick with the business, because events are there to motivate you, encourage you to keep going. But that's why they did them every 90 days, because they knew if they went past 90 days, then people are not going to come. They're going to quit the business. And, you know, that's how they make their money too, at events. And so they always selling you something new. That's how they make money from the rep. But yeah, 90% of people quit within 90 days. So that's why it's constantly recruiting. It's like non-stop recruiting. You know, unless you get a massive team, because I can recruit 100 people in a month, but 90% of them going to quit in 90 days. You hope that 10 is going to do something. But yeah,
and what I noticed too is that even some of the most successful people I see on the upline, they're always recruiting, and I can do that all day long, but I don't, you know, one of the things is that engagement is going to be huge for me, right? Because I don't want to, yes, I know there's going to be attrition. I've built sales teams before, and, you know, it's weed and feed, but, you know, these people that are like diamonds or whatever, they spend a lot of time recruiting. And like you said, they'll do 100, but 90 will leave. That to me, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I'm huge on engagement, and say, hey, let me take my 3, maybe spend a whole month with them, get them productive. I'll go recruit another 3, and then another 3. You know, I don't know.
It all depends on what you're selling, because traditional network marketers, you know, like strictly offline hotel meetings, home parties type people, the old schoolers, that was their approach, was to recruit deep. You know, like I said, get 3 people and help those 3 people get 3 people. You know, I know online is different. Online opportunities, biz opportunities, it's all about you recruiting yourself. You know, it's all about you. You know, you try to help people, but at the same time, you're like, I can't allow other people to slow me up, because so it really just depends on what you're selling, because if there's not a lot of reason to build deep, you know, meaning a lot of income is going to come from building deep. You know, some businesses build deep, some build wide.
Right.
So if opportunity is all really about building wide, like there's only like 2 or 3 levels deep, then You just got to recruit like crazy because
Okay. Here's what okay. So I like what you're saying, because in trying to reverse engineering how they do it manually, Chris, right? You know, and how the old timers do it is that part where I think I can take what you're teaching us and couple it together is that if I can automate, okay, some of the learning, right? And coaching where I can say, okay, hey, in the next week, this is what you're gonna go over. Here's the videos, and I automate it or drip it to them, you know, and then give them something to actually do, a task that will get. Then if I can automate that learning piece of it, right, then I can go wider as while I'm trying to develop, trying to go deep. You know what I mean? So I can maybe do a mix and match type of method.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. And something else too, whenever you write down your monthly goal, is another a much easier way to think about it, because let's just say if you never earned $10,000 a month, then in anything, job or anything, that could be daunting. I know it took me a while to first earn my first $10,000 in a month. But what made it simple was that if I would take this number here, it all came to 10,000, 40,000, 100,000. But take that number there and divide it, you know, by 30. You can do that. You can divide it by 4, either one. That makes it easier, you know. 10,000, that's $2,500 a week, or I kind of like the day thing, divided by 30. That's $333 a day. And then, so once you understand the $333 a day, you're like, okay, that's not that bad, because what most folks do, most folks kind of sort of say, I want to earn $100,000 a year. You know, that's a big deal. But if you break that down, that's only like the $83.34 a month. You know, and if you break that down, that's only like $83.34 divided by 30, $277 a day. So $277.80 a day. I'm like, okay, that's reasonable there. I can do $277. Why? Because I know my numbers. So I know that I can, I can sell 3 business opportunity memberships, or shucks, if I just got one group client, you know, in 3 or 4 days, it makes it much more realistic. So you know how many leads you get a day. So that way, when you're doing your advertising, your marketing, you got to say, okay, I got to get 20 leads today, because I know 20 leads, I know how the numbers work out. Or I get 10 leads today. You know, once you know those numbers, it makes it so much easier. Once you know that I got to earn $277 a day, and you know what your products and services pay, and once you start testing stuff, and you can see, because like I said, the lead capture page, if you send 100 people to your lead capture page, a good one, or mine converted minimum 50%. I got some doing higher. Industry standard is only like 20-25%. That's bad, but that's industry standard. So, but it allows you to know where you are. So you're not wishing and you're not guessing. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's pretty standard. Even if you're in any sales, you got to work the numbers backwards, because an office will have a ratio, you'll have your own ratio, and you have to come up with something.
Yeah, right. You need a starting point, so that way when you set your goals, you know, yeah, you're right. If you're in sales, so you know that if you're doing an old school way of prospecting, where you say I got to prospect 20 people today. You know, I used to sell traditional sales. Well, I knew that I needed to door knock 100 homes a day, because the numbers told me, you know. So the same thing, you know how many leads you need to get. And if if your capture page is not converting at the right amount, then it tells you that you need to tweak your capture page. You know, if something wrong with your capture page, then it's not converting. You know, so. But I want to because I know a lot of people don't do that. I didn't do it for a while. I kept putting it off because I thought it wasn't important. Cause I always kept a number in my head, like, oh, I want to earn this, and I never earned it. And not until I started writing it down and understanding how the numbers work, while I was able to start to realistically hit some of these numbers. So definitely do that. Any other questions on that? And since we're on that, just really quick, I'm gonna show you something called the success arrow. And this is good too. It kind of falls in line because this is really important to your business. Because I don't know if you heard statistics that only 3% of Americans actually set goals or written goals. Only 3%, and 3% almost 90% of the wealth. It's not an accident. But this is called a success arrow. And this is good too for like your long-term goals. So this would be some good too. And basically what it is, it's kind of like you're setting benchmarks. So like basically these are milestone markers. And say your ultimate goal 5 years from now, whatever it is to be earning $10 million a year. Throw a number out. But say 5 years from now, that's your ultimate goal. Okay, that's way out there. What you want to do is set some milestones along the way. You want to set realistic milestones. You want to set those that stretch you, but also at the same time realistic. You don't want to set a goal that is 10 times more than that you ever earned in your life right at the top. If you never earn $10,000 in a month, you don't want to set a goal at $100,000 a month. It's just way too far out. But say your first goal is $5K a month. Well, shucks. From your business. I ain't talking about no job income, strictly business. Let this be your first milestone marker and do all those steps I just shared with you and focus on hitting that 5K. Then from there, go ahead and jump it up to 10K. Then 30K. That's the magic number too. 30K, then go ahead and jump it up to 100K, then 500K, then 1 million, and so on. It's just called the success arrow. So it allows you to say, okay, my ultimate goal 5 years from now is to be earning $10 million a year. Well, I know I'm not going to earn that overnight. I'm not going to earn that in the next 90 days. I'm not going to earn that in the next 6 months to a year. However, let me set some milestones along the way as I go up to the success arrow. So it's not only am I moving forward, I'm also accomplishing goals. I can celebrate those goals, and accomplishing goals, and celebrate those goals. Because one thing I've learned now, I always heard this, and I never believed it until you start actually living it, is that you really start to, the biggest part about succeeding in your business is the journey. It's hitting this first goal, something you've never done before in your business. Do that, then hit this other goal. And celebrate and enjoy that journey along the way and go from there. Because if you start off here at 5K a month and all of a sudden you want to jump up to 10K a month, you're going to be very, very disappointed along the way because you're not going to hit that goal and you might give up and quit. But if you set these little milestone markers along the way, you can enjoy the journey and also be progressing at the same time. So this is something that it's called a success arrow. It just allows you to set these different milestones, and that way you can keep progressing. I mean, does that make sense?
Yes.
That's a really great illustration, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Let my phone beep me. Any questions?
No, that is as clear as mud.
It is clear as mud.
That's right.
Mud not clear.
It's a figure of speech.
I figured that. I hope I figured that. All right. So, oh, there's something else too. I was gonna cover. I was gonna ask you this too.
You know what? While you're finding that, it's really interesting. My son recently got an internship at KVCR. It's an NPR TV station and radio station. It's sort of been dormant for about 17 years, and they have new leadership. And but you know, he's a writer, and he's going to school to get his BFA, and every day he writes a little bit of something, right? And the general manager for the station didn't want his resume. Met him at a charity event and said, "I want samples of your written work. Do you have some?" And he goes, "Absolutely." But you know, had he not put a goal to write something every day and work on a script, you know, now he has several of them, right? And
Yeah.
he was able to send them, but he had to put a goal down, right? And
Right.
you know, encourage him to book up some goals. I had a friend also talk to him, but sometimes they don't always listen to dad, you know. And but those goals helped him to when he had an opportunity that he actually had something to give to the person requesting it. So goals are important, even if you, like you said, you did he take, oh, I need to write these many scripts. He said, I'm going to write something every day. I'm going to get and by the end, you know, I put something together. But yeah, start with small goals, and they get, you know, they start to add up. So, you know, I've seen it happen, and myself, I'm seeing some of my kids, at least one of them right now, do it, you know, and actually benefited from that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And he got the job. So what can you say?
that's good. Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna cover something else, but I might do this other stuff on another session. I might go ahead and get into some copywriting secrets now. I was gonna get into some since we kind of on productivity. It's something else I was gonna share with you called the productivity pyramid. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. It's something else called the cake and cringe exercise. Um, it's basically it's an activity for you to start maximizing your time. So you're making sure that things you're doing, it's what you enjoy doing, and things you're doing is making the most use of your time. You know, we all have the same amount of time in a day, and so I might just do that on the next one because I kind of covered that there, and or I can do that now, and then I can do copywriting secrets on the next session. But what would you rather hear? Some copywriting secrets or these other two exercises, productivity exercises?
And
I'd rather hear about productivity.
okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Bez?
I was gonna let you choose.
Thank you, darling.
I got a writer in the house, you know, so.
Yeah, well, I will get into some copy. This is more marketing copy stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about then these things here then. So, you guys got a piece of paper with you?
Actually, I take my notes now in Evernote.
Okay. You have it with you right now?
I've been doing it since
Started?
the last few meetings, I've been trying to take all my notes in Evernote because then I have these notebooks all over the place. And sometimes I'm, you know.
No, that's good. I got stuff. Yeah, I got so many spirals in here of notes and stuff.
Dude, I'm the same way. And now Evernote is off the chain. I recommend getting the paid version. It's like $35 or something. And you can pull up your notes on your phone, on your PC. It goes across all devices and it's beautiful.
Yeah. All right, we'll do this then. Take a few minutes and just write down, make a list of all the activities that you do in a given week. Of all the activities you do in a given week. Make a list of those real quick. while you're doing that, I'm gonna write this stuff on the board here. How's that list coming?
Good.
Mine stinks. Now that I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
Oops.
And then with your list, if you write them down, go ahead and prioritize them with letters. Uh, I mean, as far as rank them as priority. You know, put A for high, as you go through it, is high priority. B for medium, and C for low.
So say that again.
I said, as you go through your list
Right.
that you're doing the week, rank them as priority. So like C being the lowest priority, B being medium, A being highest priority.
Hmm.
Then I'm gonna do one more thing after you do that. So write your list, then rank them as priority, high, medium, and low. High is A, B is medium, low is C. And then after you do that, same list. Um, put a 1 by the things that you love to do. Put a 2 by the things that you don't mind doing. and put a 3 by the things that make you just cringe. What do you think about it? You know, cringe is like things that you don't enjoy doing, or it could be something that maybe you're scared to do. You know, or something you don't enjoy doing, or maybe you're scared to do, or something maybe that you're not very good at. By done. And it's something you can do more later too. I just want to kind of walk you through this right now. It's something you can spend more time with later. But
I'm also putting about how much time, how many hours each week I put into each thing.
okay, yeah, and that could be something you can always look into.
I'm breaking out my day by just breaking it down, you know, like what I do, you know, what I need to be doing and all that. So.
Okay, well, let's do that later. That's something you can do later. But what, right now, just for time's sake, we're gonna got about 10 minutes. So, what were some of the things you wrote down that you do in a given week?
Well, my number one priority is taking care of my grandchildren, and that's 50 hours a week.
Okay. And so, okay, and where did you rank that as far as, so that's a high priority, I imagine.
That's a high priority, and that's something that I love to do. That's the whole reason for trying to, you know, develop a home business that I can work, you know, mostly part-time, but still make decent money at.
Okay. All right.
It'll be easier once they're both in school in August. That'll give me a lot more time to work on things, and I won't have them a solid 50 hours a week.
Okay. Anything else on there?
Pardon me?
For me?
Anything else on your list? Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know, watching and reading trainings, you know, I mean, I know that's extremely important, and I need to put more importance on it.
Okay. And do you enjoy it? Do you love it? Is it something that, I mean, how do you love it? You don't mind doing it? Does it make you cringe when you think about doing it? Like
it depends on the training. Most of them I really enjoy, and I'm getting a lot out of them. Some of them, though, I have a hard time with because they get lost on rabbit chases, and I get bored and I don't want to listen anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. All right, babe, is anything from you?
Yeah. My most important task that I spend every morning on is about 3 to 3.5 hours every morning, and that is any calls that lead to money. So it could be prospecting calls for new business. It could be moving the business through the sales cycle it forward. So it's an impactful call that gets it to the next level. Closing sales, prospecting, moving the process forward. I did put emails, but I sort of try not to get too caught up in emails during my golden hours. Because you can go sideways on that.
That's for sure.
And then So I spend that. That's my one of my most important tasks right there. And then I have a slew of other tasks that I put different, whether A, B, or C in priority. It starts right before lunch for half an hour, and then in the afternoon, some other things. So, but that was my. Did you want to know more, or was that enough?
No, that's good. Okay, so and did you say that that's something that you love to do, or you don't mind doing, or those things kind of make you cringe?
Actually, I love doing that stuff. I'm one of my top strengths is woo, and so I love winning others over. So I really dig it.
Okay. Now, what I'm writing on here, some of mine, to kind of give you an idea. Um, this is some of my cake and cringe list. Now, this here, I'm talking about this in a minute. It's the productivity pyramid. But cake and cringe, the goal of this is that the reason why I say write down the things that you do on a daily basis is that you want to get to the point where you want to number one, find things that you enjoy doing, number one, and number two, and that also make you money.
Right.
I know for myself, I do a lot of stuff in my business that doesn't make me money. But that's number one question I want to ask. Do the things I really love to do, do the things, the goal is for you to do the things that you love to do and also makes you money. So I forget one of the examples you guys said, but like for example, I'm sure this is my cake and cringe. Cake mean that something easy for me to do. I don't have to think about it. It's a piece of cake. It's like eating a piece of cake. That's the whole point. Cake. It's easy for me to do. It might be hard for somebody else, but it's easy for me to do. Cringe are things I don't enjoy doing. Maybe I'm scared to do, or just not good at. Well, I put for like making sales funnels. I love that. It's my cake. Doing video marketing, speaking, writing out ad copy, doing Facebook ads. Anything I do in marketing, it's easy for me to do because I put a lot of time and energy into it, and I enjoy doing it. So if I don't like to do, was going to networking events. I'm not an offline person. Like my coach had told me back in the fall, I start going to networking events to meet offline people because I'm an online person. Everything I do is online. I've been that way for the last 3 years, and I hate going to networking events because I think they're fake. I think that everyone's there to pitch everyone. You got to go there and you meet somebody, then you got to go to lunch with them and do all this. I'm not saying it don't work, but for me, it's something I don't enjoy. Also, writing out goals. So I'm going on what you about earlier. It took me years to finally doing it. I don't enjoy doing it. I like doing stuff. I would rather do a video do a Facebook Live, recording something or doing something like that than to write out my goals, write out my plans. Even though this is very important, even though this will make me money, I don't enjoy doing it. Getting organized is something I'm not very good at. I don't have the most organized office. I'm getting better, but these things make me cringe. Doing my taxes. I've been always trying to put together, I got a tax accountant, but I have to get all my receipts together. Every tax year, I'm spending 3 to 4 days trying to do everything because I don't do my taxes every quarter. I do them once a year. So filing, like I said, and this is doing the intro sessions that I do, like I did with you guys, the free sessions. Well, it's to the point now where I don't enjoy doing them as much as I used to. And so what I have to do is realize that these things I don't like to do, I got to see where they line up with my business and seeing if it's something that I could delegate to somebody else. Like, I could delegate, I could have someone else doing my intro sessions. All I do is train them, offer them a commission, and it'd probably be better for me. I just haven't done that yet. I don't know. I need to do it. I had somebody offer to do it. They wanted too much money for it. But this here, you know, I just have to get more organized. I can hire VAs to do something. Like I do have assistants who make some of my websites for my clients, stuff like that. But a lot of the sales funnels, I make them myself because I enjoy doing it. It doesn't take me very long to do it. But I could hire out someone. So when I shifted over to the productivity pyramid over here, the goal up here on top of this pyramid is for you to do all cake activities here, which is only going to be about 20%. The Pareto rule. Only about 20%. This stuff here in the middle, you know, it might be stuff that you need to do. This stuff here may not, it could be like social media marketing, going in Facebook groups for 30 minutes a day, comment on people's posts, engaging with people, stuff of that nature. Can it help you? Yes, but it may not be the most productive use of your time. As I mentioned, networking. See, this is where you want to do all the cake activities, where you want to do to be most productive, and you want to see, number one, can I hire? And I got to start doing this now. I've been putting it off for too long, but can I hire others to do this stuff here? I could hire someone and go to my Facebook account and comment on posts and build engagements. I can come in later. I can hire somebody. So this is what successful people do. People who get to the next level, people that's making 6 figures a month, that's what they do. Because they know it's pretty much impossible for you to do all that. And plus, you don't enjoy doing all that. And so, yeah. Also, you can leverage automation a lot more, you know, with automated webinars, stuff of that nature. You can leverage that as well. You can leverage more with info products. I mean, so there's a lot of different things you can do. See something else. Yeah. End of the day, see, even though I can do sales funnels, even though I can do videos, I don't have to edit my videos. But I choose to do so even though I don't have to. See this stuff here? End of the day, see, sometimes a strength, things that you enjoy doing, can also be a weakness because it's not maximizing the most better use of your time. And that's a challenge for me because I'm a control freak. You know, I've hired assistants, like, you know, Tracy, stuff like that, but I've hired other assistants in the past. I've hired VAs, and I tend to go through a lot of them because I'm a control freak. And if something's not done the way I think it should be done, I'm like, what's the point? You know, if you're not gonna do it the way I want to do it, why am I paying you? And so I'm learning now to be better at delegating and allowing people to use their personality, you know, themselves. I mean, this makes sense, but the point is that in business, we want to make better use of our time, and you only want to focus on the things that you enjoy doing and things that also will make you money. Because if you're spending too much time, number one, if you're doing things that you don't enjoy doing and spend too much time, like you guys are, you know, seeing how much time a day you do, that's good. Time management. But if you're spending an hour or 2 hours a day doing things that you don't enjoy doing, make you cringe, you never reach that maximum level. When there's someone else out there who you could pay or borrow somehow that it will enjoy doing that. But the point is that to be more productive, we got to focus on things that's easy for us to do, things we enjoy doing, and that also make us money. If we focus on those two things and let the other things go and be willing to let it go, I'm saying us, because I'm in the same boat right here. My business will prosper more, and your businesses also will prosper more. I mean, does this make sense?
Yes. Makes sense.
Part of the 80-20 principle, correct?
Yeah, and it's very hard to do.
Yes, it is.
You know, because if you used to be a solopreneur your whole life, it's very difficult to give tasks away and pay people to do other things. You know, when you're like, I don't know if they're gonna do it right. I don't know. You know, I need to keep doing this myself, type of deal. So it can be very challenging. But yeah. So that's what I had for tonight, guys. So it's more the nuts and bolts of the things, you know, things that most people don't do, most things that I have challenges with. So when I do these type of lessons, I'm speaking to myself because that's one of my biggest struggles. All the other stuff is easy for me to do. I rather build funnels all day, but not do some of this other stuff. You know, not get my office organized and not, you know, do all these other things. But yeah. So I mean, does that make sense? Or what did you guys find most valuable about everything we covered?
Yeah, you know, there's the necessary evils. It's like, I don't blame you. I hate getting organized because when I do, I can't find anything. But I did have to spend the day the other day and organize my office because it got to the point where it was becoming a storage room.
Right.
And I couldn't get to things. So, you know, sometimes you have to really set yourself down to do those cringe things and get them done and out of the way. But it's like Bez said, you know, I've got probably 3,000 emails that I haven't had a chance to go through yet. But I have to start setting a time to do that. And I've read in so many books, especially when I was in management and stuff, they always kept saying, don't do your email first thing in the morning because it sends you down a rabbit hole. And so I have to find a specific time to spend at least a half an hour a day on going through those emails, sorting them out, unsubscribing to crap that I didn't even subscribe to, but all of a sudden I had it. You know, clearing out the spam, and that way, because I'm missing things that I need to take action on. So it's something I'm going to have to do. And the thing, that's one of my cringe things, is I hate going through emails. But when you're in a business, and especially an online business, you have to stay on top of that. Okay,
Yeah.
how did I become the host? Did we lose Chris?
I don't know.
I think we lost Chris.
But I have a pen and I'm ready to take your credit card down.
Yeah, I know you are, Bez. Yeah, I think we lost Chris, and I have become the host. So it's now recording on my end.
Okay, well, let's see if he hops back on so he could take over.
Yeah. But I don't know. I have to start maximizing my time better. And, you know, and Chris had a point with the networking events. Now, when I lived around the Sacramento area, I went to a lot of networking events down there, and I got some, you know, major feedback and you know, meeting new people and making good connections. Up here, it's more of like the good old boys club.
You know what? Do they have a Rotary Club there where you live?
They do not. They used to, but they didn't have enough people involved to where they could keep the club going up here. Basically, I mean, this used to be club heaven up here. We no longer have a Rotary. We don't even have a Masonic temple anymore. They turned the Masonic temple into a thrift store, you know, which I spent my teenage years there being in Job's Daughters and Rainbow Girls. We have the Moose Club up here. We have the Elks. We have the Lions. But none of them are, they don't have the involvement that they used to have. You know,
yeah, that means that it's they're getting old and dying off.
They're getting old and dying off, yeah.
You have to infuse new blood, like young people like you know, and
I'm not that young, Bez.
You got energy.
Depends on the day. Well, listen, since we don't have Chris on here,
Yeah, I'm gonna get going.
yeah, do you want to reschedule?
Oh yeah. Okay, so did oh yeah, just whenever. You tell me what works for
Okay.
you. And it doesn't have to be the Facebook Live. It just we can sort of plan out whatever.
That's kind of what I'm thinking is let's do a plan, because what I would like to do is actually send you a copy of the book so you can go through it.
Oh yes, I can ask questions.
So
yeah.
you can ask the questions and whatever, and we can kind of go over some question and answer. How about, okay, how about Saturday? What's your Saturday look like?
Let me see.
The only appointment right now that I have on Saturday is at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Usually for me, Saturdays when I go to church, so it could be all sorts of activities.
Right.
Or, I'm going to church in the morning. I would say that probably a better day for me is Sundays, if that's
Okay.
available to you.
Well, I'm usually back from church around 3 on Sundays.
All right.
So you want to make it like 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works. And
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let me see here. Hopefully I don't lose you just by turning my video on.
You want to stop the recording?